Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Courtney here with Southern Owls, and today we're going to be designing a swag using this 21-inch paint stick. I'm going to be using my leftover supplies from my St. Patrick's Day kit from TMI Gifts. So we have this 21-inch mesh left over. These are the ribbon from the kit that are left over as well, so we're going to be using those today. And then I had a little bit of this left. So I grabbed these. I thought those were so cute from Hobby Lobby. And some gold maidenhair from Hobby Lobby as well. So make sure that your glue pots are ready and turned on, or your hot glue gun. I'm also going to be adding in a little bit of emerald 21-inch mesh that was left over from another project. So let's get rolling. So I'm going to design this paint stick a little bit different than I normally have in the past. I'm still going to find the center and put that initial pipe cleaner, twist that on there right in the middle of your paint stick. And then I'm going to go 3.5 inches down, and I'm going to add these pipe cleaners and twist them to the side. And we're going to do 2 right next to each other. But instead of having the openings at the front, I'm going to have them going off the sides. And then we're going to do another about 3.5 inches down, and then this one is going to be facing up. So we're going to go the same pattern that we did, go about 3.5 inches down, and we're going to tie this one off to the side. Same thing, so you'll have a double pipe cleaner going off the sides. Then we're going to go down about 3.5 inches again, and then this one is going to stay at the top. Okay, so we have 3 top and then 2 side to side. Okay, so we're going to start off with this 21-inch mesh that we had left over. I always like to just drop mine off the side of the table. I'm going to gather, I fold it in half, and then I gather it in my hand. Okay, I'm going to cut that little guy off, that little hook. Y'all see him? Okay, we're going to cut him off, and I'm going to put this right down at the bottom, right into that twist tie. Nice and tight. Give it a couple twists. And we're going to do the poof method. But we're not going to do 10-inch poofs because that would be so big, like we would normally do on a wreath. We're just going to do... Hold on, I got to start at the 0. I'm like, hold on. We're going to do 8-inch poofs. And I'm just going to go right off to the side and twist it right in to the side one. So we have this poof going off of our yardstick, off of our paint stick. Okay, and now we're going to do it again. 8 inches, but we're going to go to the center. Okay, 8 inches again. Right into that side tie. Ooh. Twist it in nice and tight. So now we're just creating these little poofs along the side. 8 inches up at the top. Twist it right in. And we're going to flip our stick to the other side, and we're going to do the exact same thing going down the other side. 8 inches into the side. Eight inches to the top. 8 inches right into the side. And we do another 8 inches at the bottom. So we've created these poofs or bubbles, whatever you would like to call them, all along the sides, okay, of our paint stick. So now we're going to go in with our scissors and we're going to snip this off. That's cute already. Got our bubbles going. So now I'm going to take this emerald and we're going to fold it in half to make it like a 10-inch mesh. And we're going to do our ruffles. Hold on, let me get this nice and clean, nice and straight. We're going to do, okay, maybe it will unroll 20-inch cuts. So I like to use my rotary cutter, but you can use scissors if that's all you have. That's totally fine. And we're going to cut 3 of these. At 20 inches. Whoop. Whoop. Not hurt my legs. Okay, we're going to bring this back over and we're going to fold. See how it's like one long curl? We're going to fold it in half to get 10 inches. I like to tuck under the end just a little bit. Find the middle. Give it a pinch. And then walk your fingers over to the other side, staying in the middle. Tuck that mesh under just a little bit so that fraying doesn't come out. So just tuck that right in. And then we're going to come in and we are going to put this ruffle right down into that first pipe cleaner. Okay, and we're going to do it again. We're going to come in. We're going to fold this in half. Tuck those ends in. Find the middle. Give it a pinch. And walk your fingers over to the other side. And we're going to skip the 2 side ones. And we're going to go right in the middle. And just twist it right in. So now we're just adding in some different textures. We got those bubbles. We got our ruffles. Super cute. We're going to do it one more time. Fold it in half. Give it a pinch. And walk your fingers over to the other side and just kind of tuck that mesh in. And give it a nice little twist. So now we are just building up our St. Patty's Day. Super cute. Super, super cute base. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the lime mesh. And I'm going to cut. Ooh, I got to make that nice and pretty. We're going to cut some pieces off of this and use it as ruffles as well. Let me make that nice and pretty. There we go. Okay, so let's do 3 of these at 20 inches, just like the emerald. And this lime is leftovers from my St. Patty's Day kit that we designed this week from TMI Gifts. So it's always great to use your leftovers. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. And then you don't feel bad throwing that little bit away, right? At least I don't. Okay, we're going to come in. We're going to do that same method of folding it in half. Ooh. Tucking it under just a little bit, finding the middle, giving it a pinch, walking your fingers over to the other side, tucking those in so they don't show. And then we're going to put this mesh in right on top of the lime green and the opposite direction. So we went up and down with the lime green, or excuse me, with the emerald. So now we're going to go side to side with the lime green. And give it a few good twists. Tuck in those ends, spread out our beautiful mesh. And now we are just giving it a little bit more thickness. I love those little poofs coming out of the sides though. I think it just gives it some nice little flair. Okay, we're doing the same thing. Fold that mesh in half. Tuck those ends under just a little bit. Find the middle, give it a pinch. Walk your fingers over to the other side. Same thing. Put it in the opposite direction. Give it a few good twists. And we're going to spread out our mesh. And then we have one more to go. So now we're getting, it kind of looks like little clovers, honestly, these little ruffles. So cute. All right, one more. Same technique. Changing it up on y'all just a little bit. Showing you how you can do some poofs on these. And it still turns out really cute. Twist, twist, twist. Fluff it out. And now we got a really cute bubbly ruffle base going. So now we're going to make a bow right here at the top. And we're going to leave all of our pipe cleaners there for now because we're going to add in some tails, you know, jazz it up a little bit, but let's do the bow. So all 4 of these ribbons were from my TMI Gifts collab. So I'm just going to reuse them because why not? We still have some left over. Just taking out the pins, the little push pins, so they won't unravel. We're just going to do a nice simple bow today. We're going to do a 5-inch tail. Oh, excuse me. Let's do a 6-inch. A 6-inch tail and then 5-inch loop. So I measure at the 10, give it a pinch, and bring it together. So if you're using a bow maker, you're going to have 6-inch tails and 5-inch loops for the base. I love this emerald glittery ribbon because it's glittered, but it's not going to shed everywhere. We love a good glitter that doesn't shed. 6-inch tail again. And we're going to measure at the 10 to give us those 5-inch loops because when you bring it together, it's going to be 5 inches. I always just kind of like to design the bow in my hand as I go. We're going to let's grab the lime. Do the lime next. 6 inches. Put it right on top. And now we're going to shrink those loops to the 9, which is going to make them 4.5 inches. Oop. And cut at the 6. And then we're going to grab our other ribbon and do that 6-inch tail again. And then we are going to do 9 inches, which will be 4.5-inch loops again. And then right in the middle, we're going to flip that ribbon upside down and flip it over our thumb. to make that center loop, and that's just going to hide all of our mechanics of the bow. Oh, I forgot to get all of my little things down. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second, my friends. Okay, so we're going to grab a cable tie and we are going to thread it through that loop right where we're holding everything. Just like that. And we're going to get our pipe cleaner, thread it through, whoop, right in the middle, get it nice and pretty tight, and then we're going to nip off that cable tie, that extra, because we don't need it anymore. I'm going to lay my bow out, and we're going to start cutting all of the tails. So I'm just going to fold all of my tails in half and cut up at an angle to create that nice V, which is called a dovetail. Fold in half, cut up, fold in half, cut, fold in half, cut, and just find all of your tails. Make sure you don't skip any. Sometimes I do on accident. I normally figure it out by the end, but sometimes it takes me a minute if I've skipped one to see it. Okay, let's scoop these out of the way. And I'm going to put this bow right on the top of our swag. I'm going to twist that just so that bow doesn't go anywhere. I'm going to nip off this little bit of pipe cleaner that we have showing. Tuck that down, and then we're just going to thread this right through our mesh, which is going to take just a minute because we use some nice, good 21-inch mesh. So it's nice and thick today. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I just always take it and thread it right through that pipe cleaner that's holding the mesh together, just so I'll hold my bow together. Twist it just a few times. And now that our bow is on, we can kind of aggressively move all of our tails into place where we want our really pretty loops to go. Super cute. Super, super cute. So now we're going to add in some more tails. I haven't quite decided if I want to put some tails on the side. That's why I left those alone for now. It might change, but I left them there for now. I'm going to tuck this in a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so since I added so much mesh, we're going to tuck these pipe cleaners in because it's not enough. Not enough pipe cleaner for us to manipulate more tails into, which is fine. Show you a little trick. So I'm going to grab my 12-inch ribbon tail, and we're just going to do 2 of each ribbon at 12 inches. So we'll get that nice and prepped. And we're just going to take it and dovetail it while it's all in my hand. So I'm just going to fold them both in half and cut up at an angle. "12 inches. Guys, I get these ribbon, they're called ribbon tail boards, and I get them off of Etsy. So if you just type in acrylic ribbon tail boards on Etsy, a few different vendors will pop up, and you can choose which ones you like. I feel like I get that question asked a lot. Another question I get asked a lot is, where do I buy my scissors? I get my scissors from creekroad.net. Creekroad.net. I love them. I have quite a few pairs. I have my pair, a regular, backup pair, a backup to the backup pair. just in case. They're really good scissors. They're nice and sharp. I love them a lot. You can snag them at creekroad.net. You can use my code AL10 and you'll get 10% off your entire order. So if you want to snag some ribbon or some other goodies while you're there, my code is good for everything that you grab. Okay. Moving right along. All of these are cut at 12 inches. All of them are getting dovetailed. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is you're going to grab 2 more pipe cleaners. And what we're going to do is we're going to separate all of these tails out. And we're going to make little ribbon tail bundles. Starting off with the 2.5 inch, we're going to find the middle, give it a pinch. We're going to get the other 2.5 inch, find the middle, give it a pinch. And I start to make a X in my hand. And we're just going to keep on repeating that pattern. Fanning it out as we go, finding the middle, give it a pinch. And then you're going to thread this pipe cleaner around your ribbon where you're holding it. Make it even. And twist tight, 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 tight. Okay? And I kind of like to go like this. And isn't that so fun? It's like a little ribbon flower. So we're going to do that times 2. Same thing, just find the middle of the ribbon, give it a pinch, set it in that X pattern. Doesn't really matter which one you start with, it all looks the same. Thread it through where you're holding it. Try to get it kind of even. Hold it kind of tight. Twist, twist, twist. Woohoo! Okay, so we're going to bring this back and we're going to thread these right through those sections. One on the bottom and one on the top. I have the door open. If you're new here, I work in my barn and we have some barn kitties and they are in here exploring since my door is open. So if you hear a little background noise, it's them walking around. All right, so I'm just doing that same trick that I did with the bow and I just thread it right through that pipe cleaner. And then once it's on, I kind of just arch my ribbon out because this is all wired ribbon. Just kind of fluff it how you want it to look. Like a firework. I love adding little ribbon tail bundles. So we're going to do the same thing right in the middle. You could also add like a cute little clover sign if you wanted to. That would be really, really cute if you didn't want to add in ribbon tail bundles into the middle. I just always like to show y'all kind of different ideas as we're making these projects. Same thing. Tuck it underneath those pipe cleaners. And then give it a few good twists. And now that that is nice and secure, we're just going to kind of give it a little fluff. Fluff out the bow since we kind of smushed it. Okay, that is so cute. That is so fun. Okay, so we have these little side guys that I did leave. So I was like, maybe I want to add in some little tails coming out of the side, which might be fun. I think we should do it. You think we should do it? I mean, why not? But instead of doing 4 ribbons, we're just going to do the 2. We're going to stack 2 and 2. And we're going to keep them at 12 inches. So let's do 2 of these at 12 inches. Same thing. Just do it to all 4 ribbons. And like I said before, all of these ribbons are from my last project that we did from TMI Gifts. It was a St. Patty's Day gnome kit that turned out super adorable. So I'm just teaching y'all how y'all can still use those items that you bought from a previous kit from TMI Gifts and reuse them for another project. Something different than what you made before, which is always fun. Guys, if you do decide to shop with TMI Gifts today or tomorrow or any other day, I do have a code, OWL20, OWL20. If you type in that code at checkout, you'll receive 20% off your entire order, which is awesome. So you can go and grab this kit that I made on Tuesday, and you can use the leftovers with me today for this kit. I am adding a few other things, but I'm sure you can find stuff to add as well. Okay, so we have 4 of these on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab 2 tails, 1 2.5 inch, 1 1.5 inch, pinch the middle, and then we're going to find those pipe cleaners and then just stick these tails right in and give it a little twisty twist. And so we'll have these popping off the side, which is really fun. So now since we did that color pattern, we're going to switch it up and do the emerald with the clover. Find that side pipe cleaner, twist it in, and then just kind of arch it out, coming out. That's cute. Of the side. While we're here, we're done with these sections. So I'm going to take my nippers and we're going to take these pipe cleaners down to stubs and then push it over because we're done. We're done with those. Cute. Tails popping out of the side. That's fun. That's different. Okay, so now we're going to do opposite. So we're going to get the clover with the 1 inch, find the middle, give it a pinch, put it right into that side pipe cleaner, twist, 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 have it arch out coming out of the side. Same thing over here. Find those side pipe cleaners, put them in, twist, twist, twist. Get these nippers. These nippers, I get questions about these too. These are from Home Depot. Home Depot. All right, clean up those pipe cleaners, tuck them down. I'm gonna fix my mesh and these tails since I've kind of moved stuff around a little bit. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so now we have our beautiful ribbon tails and bow on the top. We have these fun ribbon tails peeping out of this side of this project. And so now we're going to glam it up just a little bit around the bow. And I'm going to start off with using this gold maidenhair. Now, this is from Hobby Lobby's Christmas section. I always make sure I snag it a little extra for Mardi Gras, Christmas, Valentine's Day, St. Patty's Day. I mean, you can use this for a lot of different seasons. I'm actually going to cut these in half because I don't want them that big. I just want a little spruce, a little bit of gold popping out. This is just fun. It's not the main character, right? Okay, so I'm going to go in with my little pieces and start hot gluing them around the bow area. So I have my hot glue pot over here. I use a Sure Bonder. I got it off of Amazon. And we're just going to start sticking these little gold pieces coming out of our bow. So we'll do one at the top. And then, let me move this bow. I'm going to do some coming out the side. If you don't have a glue pot, you can totally use your glue gun for this as well. Just add a little glue on the ends. And it will work just fine. So we're going to do the opposite to the side. So side, side, top. That's cute. Adding in that little bit of pop of gold. I'm loving that. And then I'm just going to trickle this down the wreath. I'm actually going to cut these into singles though, I think. Am I going to cut them in, or I think they'll be okay like this. If not, we can always redo, but I think it's going to be okay. Because this is a smaller swag, I just don't want anything being too bulky. If we were making a big showstopper swag, I would have left these whole. A little tip, when we're adding them into a design, you want to make sure that you're sticking it down into the mesh so it adheres to something, it sticks to something. So make sure that when you are gluing items like this, that you're putting it in between some mesh pieces so it does have something to stick to. I'm going to need a little bit more. This is a great price. These were $2.99 retail, but of course, as y'all know, Hobby Lobby this year put everything right at 50% off. So these were a really good buy this year. Okay, since I did one on that side, we're going to do the opposite, same side. Just a little pizzazz, right? We're going to stick one down here at the bottom of the ribbon tail, kind of mimicking what we did at the top. And then we'll have two coming out of the side. Hold on, I'm going to save that tip for a different project. We're going to use the double. So when you cut them in half, like you'll have two doubles or the top. I'm just going to use the two doubles to make it nice and light on the sides. And then make sure that you're sticking that in between some mesh. You know, just little pops of gold. That's cute. Really kind of just jazzed it up just a little bit, right? Super, super fun. Okay, so we have this left over. This fun guy left over from our project. We have 2 of these. So what I'm going to do is they're too long for this project, clearly. So we're going to find the middle and we're going to snip them in half. Okay, just like that. Find the middle and just snip them in half. Isn't that so cool? We can just turn whatever we want into something else. And I'm going to add these up at the top. I want the top to be a little more bulky. So we're going to add these. Ooh, got a little itch on my nose. Right to the top in between the gold. Same thing. We're just going to dip those ends into our glue. And we're going to stick these right in, making sure that they are also sticking to the glue. You also want to make sure that you have a good stem, long enough stem to dip into that glue. So if something's in the way, just kind of, you can peel it off. Like this. Just peel those 2 little bottom ones off, and then you'll have a nice stem to dip into that glue because you don't want to hurt yourself. And then we'll put these 4 down around the bottom of the bow. Or these last 2. Did I say 4? Because I meant to say last 2. So we kind of formed an X pattern using the green ones. Kind of just showcasing the bow a little bit. We have that little pops of subtle green. That's cute. Okay, and now we're going to add in, these are so fun. I picked them up from Hobby Lobby. I found these actually on clearance last year for 90% off, which made these like literally pennies. I think it was 50 cents. They were so, so cheap. So we're just going to cut them all. So I have 6, and we're just going to kind of start placing them around our bow area, dipping them in hot glue. And I want these to kind of just pop out, have a little fun. Make sure that you're sticking them down into the mesh. That is fun. We're going to do the lime ones on the side, coming out. Make sure you're sticking them down into something. I wanted that one to be more in the middle. Excuse me, sir. There we go. Well, he does not want to be in the middle. Hold on. Oh, it's the ribbon tail. Okay, hold on. Let me move that ribbon tail to that side. There we go. I'm like, what is pushing this little guy over to not want to be front and center? Okay, so we did emerald lime. So we'll do another lime on this side. Man, I don't know. This guy still, I feel like, doesn't want to be. Let me pull him out and retry. Excuse you. Excuse you for being difficult today. Okay, let's try this again. That's a great thing about wreath making, friends. Something's not working. Pull it out. Try again. I'm just going to hold it, this little guy here, just for a second. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. He does not want to be the main event. You are being silly. You are being so silly, my friend. Okay. So let's see. I think we're just going to kind of casually start layering these in. We have a couple more left. So we're going to put one right here poking out of the side. We'll do the lime next since we did the emerald, and we'll come down here poking out of that side. Sticking it right down into that mesh so that glue sticks. And then we'll do the last one down here coming out of the bottom. Very cute, guys. Okay, so now we have our little pops of shamrocks coming out of our wreath. A little bit of gold for good luck, right? Oh, those shamrocks, they are so cute in there, huh? I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so there's the bubbles on the side with our tails. We kind of just changed up the recipe a little bit to give it a different look, a different texture. Okay, we still have to do the same thing gently. I know. Flip it over. We're going to cut up all of these extra pipe cleaners that we don't need. We're going to make a hanger out of a pipe cleaner. I'm just going to go make a good size loop, twist the ends together, and give this a good twist too around the pipe cleaner. Cut that off, push it down. Okay, and a lot of people had concerns about leaving this undone. Guys, y'all have thrown out some great suggestions. Someone said to use the leftover ribbon, which would be fine. You can use some felt, which is also a great option. So if it bothers you leaving it like this, those are some really, really great suggestions. Using your extra ribbon to cover it. So right now I'm just adding in some hot glue to those pipe cleaners to make those ends nice and smooth so they're not going to scratch your front door or your client's front door. But I will say, probably if you were to, oh, look at that splice. Look at that splice. I would probably use a 2.5 inch ribbon, which would be fine, versus the 1.5 inch, because I don't know, that would be, well, maybe that would work too. Okay, well, that would work too. Trying out new things. Let me cut this splice off. These ribbons, it just cracks me up too. Look at that. They like tried to hide it and they didn't even do a good job. Okay, we're gonna throw that in the trash. Okay, my friends, that is the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this St. Patty's Day stick. Let's flip it. It might be a little squish on the bow since we had it upside down, but that's okay. Kind of just go in there with your fingers, fluff it back out, and fluff these ribbons a little bit. There we go. Okay, if you're interested in any of these supplies, the ribbon or the mesh, it was from tmigifts.com. It was a kit that I now use the leftovers to make this adorable swag. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you liked that we kind of did something a little bit different with the bubbles on the side, the poofs. I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for some Mardi Gras tutorials next week that I'm so excited about. And guys, thank y'all so much for subscribing and commenting and being here. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to become an official owlet, you can do so on my website, which is www.thesouthernowls.com. Scroll all the way down to the beginning, or excuse me, to the bottom of my homepage and enter in your email address, and that's how you will be subscribed to my owlet newsletters. I would love to have y'all there. Thank y'all so much, and I can't wait to craft with y'all again soon. Bye, everyone.